Hi, Genki Call here with Bounty for the weekend of March 11th, 2022. If you pop into the games area and you see this here, just scroll over to the right. The bounty is right up here on the top, so you can get to it that way. As far as what we've got going on, we have a new bounty captain, just like always. The bounty captain you can get for the second tier, you can get one of these guys. And it does damage to an enemy. If the enemy dies, inflict a random status effect on all enemies. That can be useful. It's stealthy, so it can't be targeted by spells, and summons a dark storm at the start of battle. You must have it traded with this first trait in order to get the bonus points for having it. Also, to get the most points out of your battles for bounty, you need to have this guy at mythic level. So in order to get him to mythic level, shop. You can go tier 5 and then use an Orb of Ascension on it, or you have to buy tier 6 if you don't want to use an Orb of Ascension and you want to have it at mythic level. You don't have to have it at mythic level just to get it, um, just to get the most points you need to have it at mythic level. So you have to use all bounty troops. I did a video on maximizing your bounty points, and I will link that down below for you and at the end of this video. So I will stop going over that for now. But on the early levels, here's what I've got. I have multiple teams for you. This is for later on. So on the early levels, what I've got is the Nature Weird, because it is the only bounty troop that does damage to all enemies with the scatter damage. You don't get a boost, not in bounty, because there are no elemental stars in bounty, but scatter damage does damage to all enemies. Um, Ogress in second place because she will pull herself to the front. Just to get things going quickly, I want the Nature Weird here to get mana as quickly as possible. Then we can cast with the Ogress, who is our mana generator. She is our tank, and she also summons something in when she dies, if she dies, and has skull reduction by 50%. So she's a really nice. I really like having her on my team. This is my particular playstyle. You could use something, you can do something else. So you can choose something that creates a bunch of blue gems or brown gems actually for this team, if that's what you want to do. There are different ways to do it. You don't have to use my method. This is just my method of doing things. So this is something new for me, the Man at Arms. So he gives attack and armor to an ally and then barriers them. And so what I'm doing, I'm casting with Nature Weird. If I'm not one-shotting, I cast with Ogress, get some more mana, cast Man of Arms on Ogress, who will now be in the first spot. And that will both protect her from incoming skulls or damage with the barrier, and it will buff her attack so that she hits nice and hard with the skulls. I'm actually really liking that, that combination. And then the Shadowbeast, we already went over. So he's kind of a finisher, basically. But, you know, I hate to use my bounty sigils, but I'll go ahead and use one. So this is the team that I recommend using until you can no longer one shot, basically. Um, you can make it last a little longer. So I actually took it through level 13, but I have 3 medals of Nisha equipped, and I have them all gold medaled to make things faster because I don't like bounty. I'm not a fan. I am a fan of the rewards, however, because there are some substantial rewards in here, and I like it. So all right, I'm going to go ahead and show you this. I'll do it on level 11 here. You can repeat any level here, and you will need to repeat level 20 over and over and over again to get the full rewards, or the highest level that you can safely complete. There's no point in doing 12 over and over again and losing if you can only do level 11 and complete it, because you won't get any points if you lose the battle. So I'm just going to do level 11 here with this team and show you. This is a little higher level. It's not going to one-shot, however. Oh, you would show up now. So here's what we do. We'll go ahead and cast with this. And you can see it's not doing a ton of damage, but it is doing damage to all enemies. So we'll go ahead and we'll take this guy out. We'll get some random status effects going on there. Nah, I'm going to go ahead and do some damage there. And just because we'll hit her with this, we've got a barrier, we've got extra armor, we have this nice attack, which can really help to one-shot things. Then we'll get some extra mana. Get rid of him. We don't have enough to one-shot the Bow Raven, so what we're going to do, we're going to do that, and then we'll use the Nature Weird. So it's a little slower on these higher levels, but it is still effective. So it is an option that you can use if you're comfortable with it. When you are no longer comfortable with it, then I recommend switching out to the next team that I'm going to show you. Yes, I missed a match 4. I know. I know. That's okay. So I need to grab the next team code, which I have over here. So I'm going to pop on up to level 20 for this. And this is one of 2 true damage teams that I have here for you. And then I have a team that doesn't do true damage. But here's the problem. The problem is Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter is incredibly powerful. This boost is really strong. So you really need to target her as much as possible. So I'll be hitting her with Tigraki Warrior, I'll be hitting her with Soldier of Wrath, and Shadowbeast if I need to, but definitely go for her first. You can't target this one because she's stealthy unless you happen to, well, actually Ogress is only going to stun the first enemy, so that's not actually applicable, so never mind. We'll go ahead and we're going to hit Shadowhunter. And we'll get some brown. We'll follow up with Tigraki Warrior. And now we can go on with our day and take out the rest of these guys. I'm not casting with this guy, Shadowbeast, unless I can finish them off. I also don't want to damage their armor if I can help it, because that means I can hit them harder. So we'll take some blue. Yeah, I know I gave him some skulls. Aw. Okay, green. This guy's gonna summon, but I'm not too worried about the Thrall because, you know, he has much less longevity to him. Go ahead and take this guy out. And we'll take some skulls. And can I one-shot? No, I cannot one-shot yet. But as you can see, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than some of our previous bounties. Simply because of Shadowhunter. It's just so difficult. Plus, you know, this guy's not quite as useful. However, when he does Deathmark all of the enemies, that's awfully nice because that has taken effect for me a couple times today. Just like that. Ah, love it. I'm going to do that. Alright, so that is true damage team option number 1. I also forgot something very, very important, and that is that if you do not have all of your class weapons, be sure to select a class when you have this. When you make your team, be sure to select a class. Whichever one you're trying to get the class weapon for, you will not get class experience. However, it does go towards your 250 wins to get your class weapon. So be sure that you do that. Very, very important. You know, assuming that you want your class weapons. I want all of mine, and so I got all of mine a long time ago. I did a lot of grinding for that. Anyway, I digress. Shadowhunter. Ugh, so difficult. Alright, team number 2. True damage team number 2. So, this time we are going basically the same thing. Corpse Mare in the second spot as a secondary tank with Tigraki Warrior in the third spot. Now, the problem with this is that you can only hit the first enemy with Corpse Mare. It's a great secondary tank. It's stealing life and adding it to its own. but you can't target Shadow Hunter until the first enemy is gone, and that is a problem. It's been working for me. I've been using it, and it has been working, but yeah, it could be an issue. She could get the drop on me. Go ahead and do this. And we've got lots of skulls here, so I'm going to go ahead and steal a bunch of life from this guy. Oh, no, no, no. Wish gem, how dare you? Alright, I'm going to do this. And we'll follow up with this. Perfect. Now we'll blow things up. Boy, there are a lot of skulls. Oh, we have a Doomstorm, no wonder. Alright, we're going to do this. The more skulls that are on the board, the harder this guy is going to hit, and the more life he's going to remove, is what I meant by hit. But anyway. Alright, not enough to one-shot, so we'll do this. Lots of skulls, so this should be the... well, it would have been the end of her anyway. She only had 9 hit points left, but... that is option number 2 for the true damage teams. Now, there is one more option if you are lower level than me, and I will show it to you. However, I'm not going to use it myself. Alright, here's what we've got. Manage, paste. We've got Ogress at the front, Shadowbeast at the back, just like with the other teams I showed you. We've got the Man-at-Arms again to barrier the first enemy, to add all that attack and add armor, all that nice stuff. We've got the half main here who is going to do double damage if their attack is greater. That is the charm of the half main, and actually don't have him ascended all the way. I may, meddled. I may do that, but the problem is that my attack is higher than theirs, and therefore I can't get that double damage, and so I don't want to use this. Wait, 50, yeah, my attack is higher, so I don't actually want to use this team, but hopefully from me showing you the earlier team with the nature weird, it will show you how it is used. I don't want to risk losing any sigils, so I did want to give you this option. Not everybody wants to do the true damage route, and sometimes it's fun to just mix things up and do something differently, and this is different. Ogress I usually use, but these two are something new. And of course the Shadowbeast, have to use him if you want your full 30x multiplier. So anyway, that is what I have for you. I hope that this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. Just pop them down in the comments down below. See you soon, folks. Bye!